Hey YouTube, Dan Ottawa here, the best 3rd/4th tier Pokemon Go battler in the world, coming at you with my first Great League Remix team. This is a team that I highlighted in my video yesterday, so if you want to go check out that video, I go over the Great League Remix, the top 20 Pokemon, and 3 teams, and this was one of them. It had a really high rating on PvPoke, and I tried it out today. I went 7-3 with the team. I'm going to show you, I think I put in maybe 7 battles out of the 10 because they are very long because this team is so tanky that the battles take on. So I'm going to go over the battles, show you why the team works, and then I'm going to show you why it doesn't work and how you can improve. So if you're new to this channel, I appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. It really helps me grow the channel, get these videos out to those who need it. And if you have subscribed and are returning, I appreciate you coming back. So let's go over the team first. The team is Registeel, Cresselia, Mandibuzz. So one thing you see right away is bulkiness. This team is extremely bulky. What's so great about this is you don't need to burn shields unnecessarily. Most of these Pokemon, even if they take a super effective move, can take at least one of them, sometimes 2, and you're going to see that today. So that's the pro of it. The con is there is no super strong counter to steals, and you're going to see a couple of them. I ran into a Melmetal and I ran into an Escavalier, and both of those I really struggled against. So I'm going to show you those battles as well, and then how I would change this team a little bit. But like I said, I did go 7-3 with this team just because the sheer bulk of these Pokemon and their relatively high damage output, like Cress and the Focus Blast on Registeel was amazing. And then Mandibuzz just is just so bulky. So let's take a look at the battles and see how they played out. So these, I dropped last night about 100 ELO, and now I'm at around 2,700. So these are around like the 2,650, 2,700 range. So I get a somewhat bad matchup here. And so I have a hard counter in Mandibuzz, but I can't go in right away because Cresselia is also weak. So I just thought, I'm just going to see. This is my first battle with this team. So I'm going to see what this Flash Cannon does. And it did like 40-ish% after an Icy Wind nerf. So I'm just going to let this go. My plan is to just, again, I am confident with 2 shielding the back Pokemon, right? Because they're just so bulky. So I'm just going to keep going here. They have, at this point, I realized they've lowered my attack twice, but I can just lock on down there, have switch, and they're not going to go for the 3rd one because I haven't shielded the first 2. So I'm going to shield that one and just really go for the aggressive lock on farm down there. And they're going to come in with, I'm going to see what they come in with to decide if I'm going to throw or not. So I'm going to bank that energy because I'm already 2-time lowered. And I come in with Cress. And they come in with, they switch out to a Lickitung. And I'm just going to go for these Moonblasts here. The Licks are doing super effective, and this is one of the problems similar to the issue with the Steel. I do not have a counter user to deal with these normal and Steel type Pokemon. So even at best, I'm just doing neutral here. But again, these Moonblasts do chunk to a certain extent, so it's going to take 3. Lickitung is very thick, right? It's an XL Pokemon, so able to get the 2 off. And the Licks are the most effective here. Even a Body Slam, even a Power Whip is not going to take the Cress out. Cress is just so thick. So get this. This is going to get a shield here, or I'm going to take switch. They let it go, and there's no switch to take because they only have 1 Pokemon left, and it is a cast form. So it is now a 2v1 shield advantage here. I don't know what they have here, and they have a Thunder. So that does 50%. Had I known that, I would have shielded that up because now they can just go for the Weather Ball bait. So I let that go. The good news is that I can spam. So now I'm thinking I have energy on the Registeel. So I just need to get this low enough that I can force that here, because if they didn't, I could have got another move off. Let this go. They do get the farm down here, which is too bad right when I was going to move. But now I bait with the Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon would have been resisted, I'm pretty sure, but they know I'm loaded, so they have to shield it. And now I can get to the Focus Blast. They need to build up to 2 Weather Balls because I have a shield, and I'm able to get this Focus Blast off in time. So this is the pro of this team. You can save your shields until just take all the, I took a super effective charge on the Mandibuzz and it just kind of laughed it off. Like, that's what's so good about this team. This one, it was a good lead, followed by a good switch in here. I know they're not going to foul play bait me, so I'm just going to shield the return because I know they're probably going to get 2 off anyways. So I'm just going to shield up the first one knowing that they're very unlikely to bait. So get that off. I'm going to get a second one off here. Unfortunately, it's not enough to take it out, and they will get a return off, which will do a decent amount of damage, but that's okay. I'm just going to let it go because I think I can now commit to the farm down here. So they're going to get the return here, which is okay. I think it does like 50%, or maybe just under. But I got switched back, and I have a move here. So I'm going to throw this move. It's just going to do chip damage. And I think they shield, if I remember this. Yeah, because I was kind of wondering, like, why? I don't know why you would shield that when you know I have a Registeel coming in here. So they're going to get Poison Fang off. Not enough to take me out, so I'm going to do some chip damage here, which is good because this probably now puts it maybe within Flash Cannon range. The problem is they are going to wing attack me down. Come with the Reggie, and they're likely going to switch. But they didn't switch, so I'm just going to throw this Flash Cannon and see how much it does. They're going to let it go, and they let it go down, and now it's a Diggersby. So I'm going to come in with the Crest because I can now just outspam this with the Grass Knots. I expect this to be an Earthquake, again, because you don't want to bait a Fire Punch with Crest, so you just likely shield that up because now I could just outspam with these Grass Knots. And it's a non-stab, and Diggersby is just a bulk, but Grass is super effective against Diggersby. So now I'm just going to outspam this, even when Earthquake is not going to take me out. And I think they realize that. I think they throw the Earthquake here and then realize, oh no, I'm not going to have a chance against this and Registeel. And then I think they back out because one more Grass Knot would have put it pretty low, and then they needed an Earthquake, plus then I could have had Reggie there. So good start, and now we get the Diggersby in the lead, and this is okay too because I can outpace. What I realized this morning is, not this morning, 4 o'clock when I play these, is I can generally outpace to the Earthquake, the Focus Blast versus the Earthquake. I don't know if that's true, but most of the matchups, unless they were just overbuilding. So I'm now going to come in with Mandibuzz. And I don't know if that was the right play. Maybe I should have. Crest is my safe swap. I don't know why I came in with Mandibuzz there, but I can now just spam these foul plays. So I know this is going to be a discharge. I know it's going to be super effective, but I just kind of like, let's see how much it does. And then, there we go. They are going to need 3 discharges to take me out here. So the good news is I need, well, it looks like I'm probably going to need 4 to take out, 4 foul plays to take this out. So I'm going to let the second one go. And if I get this off, I may commit to a hard farm down with one of my other 2 Pokemon. If they, yeah, because they're going to need to throw here, or else I'm going to take it out. And I think I just may go on for the lock on, farm down. Try and get some energy here, and it's enough to take it out. So I have a shield advantage, and I'm loaded with energy, and they have a Jellicent. And I just lost my main Jellicent counter. I do have the Cresselia, which has the Leaf Blades. So I'm not worried too much because those would be super effective, but I need to shield the Shadow Balls. So they dump their energy here. They're going to come in with their... So they can throw here. I have to protect... I can't hope it's not a Bubble Beam bait, but I have to protect the Shadow Ball, and it is the Shadow Ball, which is great. I think a lot of Jellicents are probably running Ice Beam in this meta. So they shield that up because it'd be super effective. Out comes the Diggersby. Do they have enough for an Earthquake? I think so, which is why I shield, because again, I think that's going to hurt me a little too much there. And now it's a race here. So the problem is I cannot take a Shadow Ball from the Jellicent. So I need to, at this point, build up to ensure that I have a Leaf Blade for when the Jellicent comes back in. So I'm fine taking an Earthquake here. A Fire Punch will not take me out, so I'm fine letting this go. I need to build up to the Grass Knot to have it for when that comes back in. And there it is, and I'm going to throw this. And missed the... And I now need to get in here and take this out quickly before I get Hex down. And now it's a lock on and Psycho Cut versus a mud shot battle. And that takes me out. Your counter's going down, and I Psycho Cut it with 1 HP left. So not the best way to end, but gets the job done. 3-0 start. Again, Diggersby everywhere. It's rank 1 for a reason. It's got a lot of in tomorrow's team. I did 2 sets with this team, and I played around a couple different teams. And my last set today was with my Snowy Cast Farm lead, and it did really great. So I'm gonna show you guys that tomorrow. So they come in with the Mandibas here, which is not great, but it's not bad because I can throw these Moonblasts. And it looks like it'll take just over 2 here to take this out. So I'm going to throw this. It's not going to be enough to take it out. I then go... Is this when I go for the Psycho Cut farm down? No, and then I have to burn the last shield. I think that's what happened here. So I probably should have just thrown the Leaf Blade here, Grass Knot, but I'm like, let's just go for the aggressive farm down. I can shield this, get the farm down, come loaded with energy for what's ever in the back. And the problem is, what is in the back is a Registeel, for which I do not have an answer for, really. I can go one-on-one here with the Focus Blast, and Mandibuzz takes way too long to do that. So I think I needed to not burn the shield there. I think that's where I lost the match. It's a tough team comp. And again, Mandibuzz, Registeel with a Diggersby, both weak to fighting, but you're going to see a lot of those just top 10 Pokemon teams. So I come in here, and then this one's over. I wish I could fast forward this, because basically what's going to happen is they're going to throw 2 Focus Blasts at me to take me out, and I thought Flash Cannon and then Focus Blast, and I'm like, okay, let's see. I know I lost this match already, but let's just see how much these foul plays do. And it does do, you need like 4, right? So this is over. And this is why in this game I was like, okay, you know, if I had better alignment, if I had a shield, I could have gone 1-for-1 with the Registeel. And then if I had my Mandibuzz aligned to the Diggersby, it was over, because then that was basically a hard wall. They could only throw fire punches at me. So this was the start of like, okay, maybe this team isn't going to work because I need a counter user. But it didn't completely change my opinion, because this was 3-1 at the time, and then I go on to win the next one. So I started 4-1, and so I thought, okay, this team's got potential. I can work around not having a counter user. And then you're going to see in not the next one, but the 2 after that, I did win one of them, but you'll see why the steals are just too tough to deal with this team. So good lead here. They come in with their Jellicents, for which I now have a Mandibuzz, and I always let the first one go, because if they're going to have Ice Beam here, it's either they're running Shadow Ball, Bubble Beam, which I don't need to shield anything, and if they're running Ice Beam, they're very unlikely running Ice Beam, Bubble Beam. So you can let the first one go, take it, and then match them on shields moving forward, because they're going to have to shield this one to get another move off. And if that's the case, you can just shield back, and now you're in an even shield situation, plus you will have switch advantage. So which I can align my Registeel with it, and they make a nice catch here. As I was throwing it to take out, they got it on the superior, which is okay. So I'm going to try and build up a bit more and do my own catch on Registeel. So I built up to get that foul play back, and now they just dump their energy here. And I don't know, again, I just went for Focus Blast because I know it hits for normal. I don't know if Steals is one of those that I don't know the typings, like what Steel's good against. I know it's bad against fire, but I don't really know what it's good against besides like Fairy and Ice. I'd have to look it up. So I'm like, I don't know what it is. Let's just go for the Focus Blast. Works out because I could farm down and now get this Flash Cannon off. Or So they decide to shield it. So at this point, I'm just going to let this go because I have a full health. Plus I have a move here, and they come in with the Registeel again. And this is why I'm able to take this one, because I have a shield advantage and I had an energy advantage here. But otherwise, this was just like really tough to deal with because, like I said, it takes 4 foul plays to take it out. So I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to try and catch here and then see how much this Flash Cannon does. So it's going to take 3 to take me out. I got, oh yeah, the lag today. There was one match where I think that my opponent got 5 fast moves through. I was furious, but it happens, I guess. So I'm getting Grass Knot here and not enough to take it out. So I'm like, okay, let's go for the Moonblast this time. And they try and catch on the Jellicent, for which I was ready. Throw this here, take that out. Know that one Flash Cannon here is not going to take me out. And I'm going to go for the Moonblast here because the Grass Knots clearly did not do enough. And then I'm going to switch in and Snarl down with my Mandibuzz. Again, the timer's going down. And this is why I'm only doing 7 battles, because the 7 battles still took what normal 10 battles would take time-wise. It's like 18 minutes here. So this is why I still won with, so amazing lead here. They come in with a Melmetal, and I have no answer to this. I need to come with the, my initial was an instant reflex, but I did not want my Mandibuzz to see their Charmer, so I'm going to come in here. But this is a losing matchup here. And it's just spamming like crazy here. So I just got to try. I got to shield this up because I'm already way behind here. Melmetal is going to outpace me here. I got to get some foul play damage off here. Luckily, Melmetal in the Great League is pretty glassy. So they're going to have to shield back. And do I get another one off? Do I shield and take it to the 0? Yeah, I'm going to shield and take it to the 0 because I want to try and keep alignment here. And why I'm confident in this is, so I think I don't know if they were over farming here or what, but I outpaced them. I thought they would have outpaced me, but maybe they were over farming and then got caught. I don't know. So I take it out and keep the alignment, which is great. Why I did it was because take it down to the 0 shield is because I'm confident in my 2 very, very bulky Pokemon to deal with no shields, especially when they only have a Charm user left. This able to take it out, and then they have a Charm user to deal with 2 very, very bulky Pokemon, and that's not going to end well for them. So this will just lock on down, and they throw here. Gotta admire the tenacity, I guess, but this is a lost cause here. And this is the game coming up. I'm ending on a loss here to show why this team needs to be switched. Escav. No answer. I come into Mandibuzz, and they immediately switch into Lantern, which is a hard counter electric. I need like 4 Snarls here and foul plays to take this out. That was my only counter. Cresselia doesn't do anything. Registeel, I need the Focus Blast, which I just get severely outpaced to the drill runs. So this is a lost game. I have no shot here. And that's when I realized I finished the set, just to finish the set, and I went 2 and 3 in the set. No. I went 3 and 2 in the set. So I finished 7 and 3. But even at that, I'm like, no, I can't run this team because this exact reason, like Cress, you can't have a Crest that can only do Grass Knot and Moonblast. You just don't have a strong answer for a Escav or any other steel Melmetal that came in. So how would I change this team? There is the option. So there's 2 options here. You could just run a Machamp in the back. A Machamp will give you you can still use Crest as like a safe swap. And Machamp, it's obviously super weak to Psychic and Charmers, but it will deal with the Registeel will deal with that, so that's fine. It's kind of like your cover your weaknesses there. So you can do that. If I was to keep the Mandibuzz, that's a Charmer, so I need something in the front that's a counter user. Could use Escav, actually. Escav instead of Registeel, like an Escav on the lead with the drill run, the Mandibuzz in the back, and Cress as a safe swap, so that works. You can also use a different Pokemon besides Cress. Like in my, right now, the team, I already given away one is Castform. My safe swap is Mew right now. I'm using Mew as a safe swap, and that's a pretty decent safe swap because I have Surf on it. So Surf has some more coverage as opposed to Grass Knot, right? So Surf will at least hit neutral on those steals as opposed to Grass, which is resisted. Plus that has the Wild Charge, right? So those are a couple ways that I would maneuver around this team. Like I said, this team is good for the bulkiness. You don't need to spend shields unnecessarily. You can kind of just save them to the ending. Each has their own strengths, but you need something to deal with those steals. And because I ran into a lot of double charm teams today too, in like my third and fourth set specifically. So you need something to deal with that. And I actually, now that this is just top of my mind after going against that Escav, is Escav may be a really good option because it will do decent against the Charmers as well for hitting with the counter fast moves. So I think I'm going to try Escav if I have one built in a future one. So anyways, that's it. That's my first battle. Like I said, 7-3, decent team, decent bulk, minor tweaks here and there to make it better. Tomorrow, I mean, I've already started 4-1 with a Snowy Castform and Mew safe swap. I will hold the third until tomorrow, and I will see you guys then.